Well, it looks like we have a lot to do. Today we paint 3 Chaos Daemon Princes, and we do that for a commission. Welcome, my name is Hubert, and today we try something new. If you've been following this channel for a while, you know I've already painted stuff for my brother and some friends, but these guys are for my brother's team's captain, and they need to be ready before the end of October. Piece of cake, I thought. This will be a 2-part vid, since this time I also want to talk about preparation and inspiration. And once again, you guys were of great help. So, this project is a little different since I'm paid for it. If you're looking to become a commission painter yourself, don't watch this. My price was... any tip would be appreciated? Yes, I'm bad at doing business. Anyway, my client, Kiwi, gave me these 3 Demon Princes to paint before his next big tournament, and we agreed on a few things. I have carte blanche as long as I stay in his existing Thousand Sons army theme. They must vary a bit from one another. Snow bases. He'd cover the costs of missing paints, textures and plants, and I get to make a video about it. And to my surprise, he tipped me with 2 Chaos War Dogs for my future Chaos Knights army. Before we start, I got these 3 princes already assembled, and no base elevation for competitive purposes, I think. So let's clean them up and prep them for priming. First, I asked you guys to share your Thousand Sons for inspiration. And while you've all got great paint jobs and creativity with your models, by the way, thanks again for sharing, it's very different from what I've been given as reference for this project. I fucking loved receiving your photos and see all these different interpretations. You almost all have one thing in common. You stayed in the Thousand Sons base team, with of course some variation. And why not? The Thousand Sons basic theme looks really cool with blue and gold. Now let's take a look at Kiwi's army, all painted by a real professional commission painter. Okay. Cool. No pressure at all. I can do this, right? I can't do this. I won't. Let me explain why. Let's try to reverse engineer his existing Demon Prince. Alright, let's have a look at this. The first thing that immediately struck me is the bones and the green taint on the armor. That's perfect. I know exactly how to do this. Next, the original painter made some sort of NMM on the blade. I will not try to reproduce this. I have my own idea of how to do it with the inks and oils. For the base, we have a snow theme that I have to respect, and I just received exactly what I need for this, and also some really nice grass tufts I want to try. And finally, the bone sections on the gauntlet and the backpack. We will have the same on the wings. There is some sort of green taint again on the bones, on the little and again, I know exactly how I'm gonna reproduce this with the same green that I'll use for the armor. And this is one of my favorite parts about this paint job. It brings some sort of organic feeling on the miniature that I love. Conclusion. I'm not going to try and reproduce this existing paint job, since I would most likely fail. I'm not used to employing contrast paints in their intended way, and it looks like this painter has his own way of doing things. No, I'm going to try and stay in this theme that you saw, but doing what I know plus a little extra. So let's get priming. I don't want to spoil things too much, but today we're going to do base coats, sort of preparing everything for what's next. Oil wash, enamel dark streaking grime, painting veins, glow effects and snow effects. Kiwi's army mainly has a green taint to it. What a coincidence! I know this! But this time, not only on silver but also gold and bone. Hold up, looks like something's going on Discord.
The illustrious taco, a culinary marvel that transcends the mere sustenance of the common folk, is akin to a knight's shield to a traditional Mexican dish consisting of a declare that the combination of tape-based tortilla melted cheese and cakes the tortilla must rejoice in the taco. Praise the Omni Taco.
Now, my first army is Necrons, then Tyrannids. Let's say we are not used to have so many details and colors per square centimeter on a model. What the fuck? I knew there was some stuff I wanted to reproduce, but for the skin and wings, I improvised a bit more. And I didn't want to go everywhere on the color palettes, so I stayed with green and red. And you might not agree with the order I did things, but don't worry, me neither. First, red skin with AK's Dirty Red, while we talk about these guys for a bit.
In order to attract the attention of their patrons, Chaos Champions have to perform great and terrible deeds. They sacrifice enemies and allies alike for their ambitions and risk their demise at the hands of both their foes and gods. The few that manage to avoid death and spawndom are changed beyond recognition.
Alright, and how about on the table for 10th edition? I faced Daemon Princes from Slanesh in the past, and fuck these guys. How about Zinch? Decent tankiness, mobility and firepower, and great melee capability with devastating wounds, and they provide great buffs for Thousand units around them. The winged version can also recover wounds on killing a character unit, that's nice, and it has Deep Strike. While I'm not experienced in Thousand Sons list building, I know they are still quite strong, and for 180 and 70 points, these guys must make for strong support and disruption tools. If you know how to play these guys, feel free to share your thoughts, because painting with context is much more enjoyable. Now, once I'm done with red, time to prepare the rest. Chrome for armor plates and gold for details, rims and trims. You will see during the rest of the process, it's a game of using the airbrush, then go back to correct where I spilled on the skin and details. Before we continue, I have to tell you that I was a bit lost with all these details and colors I wanted to implement. No clue what to do with the wings. I'd be better off showing you the whole process. And for this, I got new brushes. Yeah, I got myself some nice Kolinsky sable brushes, size 1, 2 and 3, and thinking I knew it all, I ordered long ones without googling it first.
Hi there. Is there a project you're working on?
I know more than you.
My bad. Anyway, let's get painting.
Attention, organic and cybernetic viewers alike. This data transmission, painstakingly forged by tech-adept Hubes, required many cycles of devotion, caffeine, and the Omniscia's blessing. To honor such sacred labor, initiate the ritual protocols, engage and subscribe to this noospheric channel for continued communion with the machine spirit of creativity. Failure to comply may anger the machine god, and no one desires a data purge.
I like where this is going, except for one thing, the wings. But first, I will prepare all the bone areas with dark brown. So the wings, they feel off. I had fun with the airbrush, but for me, it doesn't fit well into the existing Thousand Sons army. Tried something with greens, but the more I look at them, the less confident I get. So once I'm done editing this video, I'll get back to it, change the color for something more organic or flesh looking, paint some veins, or at least try to, taint the wings, and move on to the rest. But we are not done for today. I still have to highlight my bone sections with Ivory, and what you see here is the result of thinking about the order I do each layer. I don't want to dry brush over areas that are done, the metallics in particular, and the goal is the same: minimize corrections. I feel the contrast between brown and ivory will do well when I taint it with green. Just a few more details and we are ready to use the airbrush again. I have absolutely no idea if this will work. You see, in the photos Kiwi sent me, I instantly recognized something I saw, as I said earlier, in a particular Hulk movie with Edward Norton, especially on the gauntlet spikes.
On the table! I can fix this!
Yes, well, let's try. I started with well-diluted warp lightning, a bit too diluted I should say, and the result was really satisfying. I knew what it would do on chrome, but on gold and bone, good enough for me. I'm using really basic techniques here, base coats and dry brush. Let's not forget what's to come with the streaking rhyme. Now, let's finish with a few more details with Astarte's helmets and cables, and we should be done for the day. And it's easier said than done, trust me. You see every step, every new color. I did forget to account for 3 models. I intended to show you more today, but I can't rush it. I need every step to match my vision. This is the first time I paint for someone I don't know, and it's even more intimidating that Kiwi usually employs a professional painter. That's why I have second guesses for the wings, right? And that's why I need to apply myself. If there are any professional painters watching this, please share your experience with dealing with, let's say, a self-implied pressure. So let's see what we've accomplished so far. This is just a base. We're only halfway there, well, 1/3 of the way. After getting to this state, I now have a clear idea of what I want them to look like. And maybe this was necessary for me. Lay the idea flat in front of me so I can decide what to change and what to keep. Anyway, that's all for now. My friends, I hope you enjoyed this one. This was more about making a quick update on the project before we tackle the heavy stuff in next video. So until next time, happy painting!